One last thing.
We don't even have to use our one free, stately, plump buck mulligan. Draw one. Play a multiversal passage. Our dreams, waking and sleeping, offer so many chances for us to draw the connection. Choose forest. Don't pay the 2 life. Pass. Untap. Draw. Play an urban retreat. It enters tapped. Joyce knew the suburbs and the herbs. Draw. Untap. Play a command tower. Buck Mulligan is Joyce's Stevens' pusher friend, Oliver Gargarty, lived with him at the Martello Tower. First Ulysses chapter. Tap 3. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. We've got our green nymph connection. Hold the O. Looks like Joyce if he gave in a little more to his Yatesian side. Play an additional land per turn, now Minas Tirith. Tolkien, being Joyce is a Catholic. Levi says the Catholic Church called. They want their blood donation back.
Okay.
Untap, draw, raw, shouts out Stephen Shelton. Tap 2 to play 3 visits. Joyce debates whether he should finally return to Dublin and visit his father whom he loved before he dies, or whether he should listen to Nora's request that they return at least to Galway to see her family, or that he should reach out to his straight-edge brother Stanislaus for old time's sake. Fetch a forest. Tap 3 for Harold and Bob, first Newmans. Names going the longest way. Untap, draw, play Great Hall of the Citadel for land, the promise of European civilization providing the board's nostalgia. Tap 5 for Timeless Lotus,
Laggin.
Tap 5 for Timeless Lotus, boasting Rainbow Mana by 5. Finnegan's Wake and even Ulysses both deserving of the title Timeless Lotus. Levi says, what about Lucas Joel Thomas? Such a murder name. Tap 1, play Swan Song. Counter that. No moiter, no moiter.
Now.
The Timeless Lotus entered tapped. James,
I'm
focus. Untap,
understanding
draw.
now.
Tap 4 for Arcade Ganon, the Mojave Wasteland's foremost scholar and lover of languages. Tap for 5 open Rainbow Mana and play Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. With 1 floating mana, I copy Arcade Ganon, and we have our Asian connection. Fun fact, Japan, like America, was selling pirated copies of Ulysses, and when Joyce tried to sue, it was 10 years after publication, so he'd only get like $50 in proceeds. 1,000 Faces? Talk about petals on a black bow that no doubt... Talk about petals on a black bow, black bow. 1,000 Faces? Talk about petals on a black...
One last thing. You know that I'm black, right? And not Chinese.
Touch the demon inside me. So the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Look at Joyce.
I'm a huge follower of Jesus Christ.
Bow that no doubt found their way into Ulysses. Play Boom Tender. Play Boom Tender. Play Bloom Tender for 2 mana, and end my turn with no cards in my hand. My friends are going easy on me. They're so kind. Untap, draw, tap 6 to play Reed Richards' Smartest Man. Joyce is clinging to the Marvel world, no small feat with making Finnegan McCool a titular character in Finnegan's Wake, where the title is telling all Finnegans or all forefathers or all divine beings that want to create to wake up. Joyce had something to say about heroes, alright. Good and bad, overblown, proportionate, and see-through. Smartest man? You bet. Draw a card with Arcade Ganon, Mojave Scholar, except by Reed Richards, Stretchy Finneganer.
What did you say?
Finn again! I draw 4 before I discard. Discard Arcane Denial. Friends, go easy. Okay, lay it on me. Activate the same effect with Sakashima. Discard Chromatic Lantern. Discard Chromatic Lantern. That's funny. Discard Chromatic Lantern. We're stacked on mana, boy, I tell you what. Mana with 2 ends. Tap 1 to Path to exile my own creature, as Joyce would Path to exile himself. Harold and Bob first Newmans, and I thought it would return as an aura enchantment land, but exile doesn't count as dying. Joyce, this exile of yours failed, but it had to happen. The lore, the story, the art. Tap 4 for Smothering Tithe. Joyce throughout his life tried schemes on money and wrote a lot of correspondence about his books, and was in litigious lawsuits over all of them at one point. Dubliners taking 10 years to publish. Ulysses being stolen and also prolonged and tried for obscenity, but the judge read it and said it was pretty good. Untap, draw, tap 2 to play Growth Spiral. Finnegan's Wake is a spiral and every book of Joyce's grew from the last. He joked that one would have to dedicate one's life to understand him. Draw 1, can't play a land. Actually, you can because you're supposed to draw 4 with the smartest man. So play the land from Growth Spiral and then your additional land from Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Play is different than put. Tap 4 for Raphael Most Attitude. Not only did we have to get a turtle into this deck, but Joyce certainly carries the moderns like Raphael carry the High Renaissance. I mean, pre-Raphaelite? Think about pre-Joycean. With my floating 1 and 4 more, I'll play Hero's Podium, perhaps the open casket of Finnegan smelling whiskey and waking up from death having fell from a ladder. Finn, again. What's that? I think I hear the old Kinchblade myself. Oh, Poldy. Tap Bloom Tender to add 1 mana for each color among permanents, and, knowing I could have tapped my other rainbow line for this purpose, I play Spacebar Joycean Boy, aka Leopold Bloom, aka Joda the Unifier, unifying the world by singing all at once,
Can you hear
spinning
me?
and spinning and still in a
Snake!
Exile Cascading Cataracts with Raphael. Unfortunately, I can't play my Cataracts because I already played an extra land this turn.
Behind me?
And just the same did Joyce suffer eye issues late into his life, undergoing over 10 surgeries, more than half of them failing.
Is that real
I
life?
should actually have 4 less cards because I'm not supposed to draw my second Reed Richards 3. Wait. Put my Cascading Cataracts back. I can retcon this. Joyce meticulously managed the world's most expansive dream. Exile. Instead then, Me Immortal, a card that's not quite competitive, but for no reason could be removed from this deck because of its Lucia Joyce and Arya Stark resemblance, and because Me Immortal sounds like the title of Joyce's poems, of which I don't much like, except some of his limericks and his later one, Ecce Puer, which came after the birth of his grandson and asks his forsaken father to forgive his
Now,
son,
what seems to be the
Joyce.
trouble?
On this sad note, I suppose it's a good time to remind everyone that I felt sad for SpongeBob SquarePants when he ripped his pants, and then I cried too when he and Patrick almost died from dryness above water in the 2004 movie, and their tears formed a heart that caused an electrical spark and triggered the sprinklers that brought the seed to life in the gift shop. So, tap Arcade Ganon, Mojave Scholar, and draw 4, discard Brainstorm, repeat for Sakashima, and discard Cascading Cataracts, tap 1 mountain for Ragavan, who looks like Joyce being a kooky, cunning little guy. Joyce Daw then triggers, but I'm not going to find a card of lesser mana value throughout my whole deck, so I shuffle it as if they're put on the bottom in a random order. Pass, untap, draw, new phase. Tap 6 for Archetype of Imagination, because it's an indisputable epithet for Joyce. All creatures have flying. Tap Arcade Ganon, drawing 4 and discarding Fierce Guardianship. Joyce looked after his daughter when she really started to get mentally unwell, and as he was finishing up Finnegan's Wake, he worried that he wasn't being a good father enough and focusing too much on the book. At one point, besides many doctors and explosions, Joyce took her to Yoon, who 15 years prior didn't speak too well of Ulysses, and also was close to a donor who withdrew her money from Joyce. But we'll discard Fierce Guardianship here and let Joyce and his exiled daughter, Me Immortal, be happy. Do it again, but this time discard Felwar Stone, which Felwar sounds Celtic enough, but we're moving hella mana. Pay 4 life to play 2 lands so they don't enter tapped. Wait a second, a creature entered, so we have to retcon a bit. Or we can stretch the Archetype of Imagination because this is a casual game of Lore Commander. SpongeDoe the Unifeeder exiles cards until it finds a legendary one lower than 6 mana. Enter Gwenem Remorseless, Shakespeare's Dark Ladle. Enter Gwenem Remorseless, Shakespeare's Dark Ladle, choosing to attack with Raphael because as Joyce we do not restrain. Anna Barnacle just sent me a picture of a cathedral from Mexico and a video of her grandmother and aunt dressed like they're in Europe, saluting me, calling me Chino or Girly. Send her a video back saying, Hola suegrelia.
Hola, estoy
Grandmother-in-law's
chino.
name
No,
is
soy
Elia, and
chino.
suegra means mother-in-law. Also, Anna's maiden name, Balderas, Barnacle. Tap 1 for Birds of Paradise, baby. Take me up. Tap 2 for Goldberry River Daughter, and Joe Bob Joyboy triggers. We don't have any legendaries with 1 mana. Where's me mana, mum? It's on the board, forehead boy. Tapping 4 to play Miss Bumbleflower, Bane of Group Hug Commander Styles, and Anthropomorphic Sugar Dumper, key to humanity's revolving imagination. Tap Bloom Tender for Rainbow mana, then play Seedborn Muse. Put a Bumbleflower counter on the River Daughter, who, by the way, represents Joyce's daughter and his wife and his mother in Dublin and the Eternal Feminine, she who transfers counters and counter transfers. Untap. Little to no upkeep. Draw. We're about to pop off. Now, we could commit a blasphemous act and wipe the board, as Joyce will just keep this in our pocket and let it bubble and steam our hats and shoes. Tap Arcade Ganon, Mojave Scholar, drawing 4 and discarding Dobbin's Veto. We ain't got no time for dissension, Goggins. Play a mountain. Tap 3 for Kodama's Reach, still an Asian connection, making sure it's not just a measly reference. Land, all the land, yet in exile, in lore. Since I may play 2 lands a turn, play a forest, and since I played a spell, put another Bumbleflower counter on Goldberry River Daughter. Tap 3 for Abuelo, Ancestral Echo. Joyce loved his father, and his father said out of the 10 or 11 kids, Joyce was the one he loved the most. The grandfather role seems to play more of a part in my literature than Joyce's, unless the grandfather is as hidden in Ulysses as Finn McCool, the Zeus Father Divine, is a latent call in his book. Counter to River Daughter and trigger Jet Sponge Unity Engine. I was worried whether I'd had any legendaries worth 2 mana left, but I do, and Loki enters, God of Mischief, certainly a moniker for Joyce in the Great Hall of Literature. Raphael attacks maybe in the form of an ulcer problem hitting Joyce and making him melancholic, or vice versa, and a card is exiled. Gwenum also will be attacking for triggers. The Soul Ring will be played in main phases too, because Joyce certainly believed in the soul, saying dogs didn't have any after being attacked by many in his 50s, and before that harboring a lifelong fear of them. Not as much as thunderstorms though. At least he carried rocks as ammunition for the dogs. Move to Gwenum's trigger, and I haven't played a second land this turn. I pay 4 life for Anger, which Joyce definitely knew how to get now and then. He could grow irate or defensive in his correspondence, as well as sweet and randy. Paying 7 life for Kefka, Dancing Mad. Don't forget the Bumbleflower counter. Also, you were supposed to draw 2, not 1 cards. Oh well. Pop off, sis. At the end step, I must remember to dance. Pay 5 for the Gitrog monster. We're about to eat good. Pay 2 life for Demonic Tutor. Did I mention that Joyce could dance and sing? He could certainly revel and go silent in anything else in the realm of human nature. Grab Mr. Negative. Put him into the hand. I can play Ominous Asylum. Certainly one of the asylums Lucio was kept at was ominous. I may play an additional land because of the Gitrog monster. Pay 2 life for Willie Lumpkin, Postman. Joyce wrote a lot of letters, and I need seriously to up my correspondence game for the sake of my friends and the future of letters, man. I can't play another land, and now I'll catch up on Bumbleflower counters. Let's just call it 1. Kefka, Dancing Mad, doesn't work because I don't have any opponents, so I can't dance and exile their graveyards. Reminder to myself to talk to my friends. Now. Ahorita. Tab 7 for Mr. Negative, exchanging life totals with Levi. I have a friend in spirit, even if his deck and graveyard aren't here. Give me your life, Leverton Kubi. Joyce could certainly be Mr. Negative sometimes, being grumpy and refusing to placate, though he was also kind and charming and giving in other ways. I'm gonna keep this blasphemous act in my pocket, untap, unkeep, and on my upkeep I have to sacrifice a land. I draw a card for that. Then my regular draw. Playing a land and an extra per turn. Tapping Arcade Ganon, Mojave Scholar to draw 4. I accidentally drew 41, 1 number short of the meaning of life. I discard the Daily Bugle building, because although Bloom worked for the papers and he is connected to every multiverse, we are past that stage and ascending. Play my 3rd land per turn, or play Tatioba, Benthic Druid first for 5 mana. Joyce Bob Rah-Rah triggers as well as Bumberflook. Enter Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy, whose Irish name and rigorous word meld and ascendant outlook fits the mood. Now I play my 3rd land in Tatiova, Benthic Druid, Russian, whose siren quality speaks for itself, gains me a life, and draws me a card. I'll attack with Raphael and Gwenum and Willie the Postman. I won't play Worldly Tutor, because Joyce sometimes did not seek out teaching positions, wanting instead to write. With Gwenum, I will play Guardian Project, Lucia Joyce's health coming back into picture, and perhaps everyone in Joyce's life taking care of him. 4 life. I can't play an offer you can't refuse. It's not time yet. Wait. Guardian Project was supposed to be drawn with Willie, so it is and then played. We're almost there. Tap 3 for Sarah Farone, whose name is Irish and whose Final Fantasy connection bridges Joyce's realism with Lucas Joel Thomas's Gigawatt Jigaboo familial symbolism displacement. Untap, sacrifice a land for Gitrog because frogs go kick 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 in Finnegan's Wake and Aristophanes, and draw and draw. Play Savage Mansion, a cozy sounding card for a party or a night home with the gang. Gain a life and draw Druidly. Levi says, man, please hop on, now or don't, no pressure. Is this what you want, man? Is this where you mana be when Joe Dirt comes back? Tap Arcade Ganon, Mojave Scholar to draw 4 and discard, well, I tapped 1 to play an offer you can't refuse, to Levi saying, I'll see you soon, and going back on it again, I'll play another land per turn, Suburban Sanctuary, and I'll tap 3 for Ristic Study. Read, and I'll tap 6 for Trulane, Teller of Tales, as Joyce was to his grandson in his last months, which triggers a Bumble Blooper counter in Julie. Typical Socrates, late to the party, draw a card, play my third land per turn, I think it resolves, tap 4 for Cleopatra, exiled pharaoh, who rounds the view on woman, and is an exile herself, and is another corner of the world, and recalls Shakespeare's Cleopatra, whose character was of infinite variety. I draw 2 cards from Bumbaba, and then 1 from Chulani, Teller of Tales. Then I exile with Jagawat Spondi, putting Medusa and Human Queen on the field. Enough said. Draw 1 from Guardian Project, tap 2 for Fairy Mastermind, one of Joyce's other nicknames in Elysium. Draw 1 from Chulani and 1 from Guardian Project. I could have put a land on the battlefield before twice from Chulani, so doing it now and then a third time, also triggering Womankind's Druid 3 times. We're keeping our Blasphemous Act in our pockets still, as well as Nature's Lore, things Achilles couldn't quite do because he didn't have pockets, but we're casting Gilrain, Doomdane Protector finally. Why have we been holding on to this beautiful chocolate woman? 2 lane triggers, land enters, Druid gains life and draws, Bumblebutt counters, Joda goes, but we're running out of legendary creatures. Tap 3 for Jamesy, Wandering Dad, Wizards of the Coast, you imaginative bastardos. I miss transforming my Kawaii Irish Connect, or not, because I haven't moved to combat, but now we have to trigger Chulani again. I can put a land, and then the Druid can gain a life and draw. Joda would Joda, but we have no legendaries with 2 mana or less left. Less left. Enter combat. Raphael. Hiya! Get him, Art! Or wait, let's trigger that before. Wait, let's just say that the last 4 creatures that have entered were exiled with Raphael. I move into combat and attack with Raphael. Shouts out Mikey Rael, Willie, and Gwenum, Artist, Postman, and Dark Muse. Draw a card and play the top if you dare. I will. Scry 2 and draw a card. Okay. So I can play with Gwenum again? That costs 1 life, not mana, by the way. I can. Bard class, finally, 97 cards deep, pay 2 life, I'm barded up, baby, I'll pay 2 life for Heroic Intervention, shoot, might as well, we're almost there. Heroes, can you hear me? Finnegan's Fall, I can't play my last card, a Swamp, but I can play Tangle, Fabral Elder, and Lost on the Range. Definitely James Joyce if you got transported into a fantasy world. Okay, I don't have enough mana to tango, but I will play the Tree Elder to take us home, and I draw a card off that, and I don't put a land down, but I'm wondering what to do. Oh god, okay, oh god. I can't play Blasphemous Act for a finisher because I've already used Heroic Intervention, so none of my creatures will die. I don't know how to end this. I want to go out with a bang.
Oh yeah, no, it ain't filling up all weed dirt. Guys, I understand the holes that are in this fucking joint. It's like a movie from the fucking 1900s. Yeah. Serious. Look at it across the fence. Poor neighbors. Look at the grave over there. Come on, dog. Can you lay down the grave? You ain't laying in that shit, huh? That's just too deep. Good. Let's see what I got on video.